Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sharon Lapu-Lapu, and please click the notification bell so that you will be alerted when I post a new video. And today my guest is Sir J, known on YouTube as the Black Filipino channel. And Sir J is from New York, USA, and he has issued over 940 videos with almost 9 million views as his channel continues to grow and expand in content and notoriety. So Sir J, welcome to my channel and thank you for granted this interview. So
Yes.
let's get started, sir,
Okay.
and tell us about your journey to the Philippines, your channel, its content, service you provide, and continue expansion.
Well, my journey to the Philippines, it was for a lot of guys, it's strenuous, right? Mine was a little bit strenuous, but not really. It was a love story. I actually met my wife online, and we actually long distance LDR for 2 years. And then after that, I decided for her to come to the Philippines, and she was working in Thailand. And then she came over. Helped retire her from a teacher job, and then from there, I came over to the Philippines and stayed with her. But it took me 9 months. But still, that's how I came, and I'm here to stay.
Okay. You have been in the Philippines for almost 8 years. What stands out the most in your mind about when you arrive and your opinion and perspective now?
Well, when I arrived, back then in
Okay.
2015, the Philippines was night and day compared to now.
Yes.
I arrived and it was smelly. It smelled like garbage. And I stepped off a plane and I said, where am I coming to? But now, the Philippines, they cleaned it up. The airports are
Yes.
clean. You get off the plane now, you feel like you're in an actual airport. But the one thing though that's never changed is the people.
Yeah.
People have always been warm welcome and open arms. Yeah. And I think anybody can come out here and make it in the Philippines.
Okay. You are married to a beautiful Filipina. Tell us how you meet and what were the deciding factors, events, and criteria that made you decide that she was your permanent soulmate for life.
Yes, what did it with her was the attitude, right? Right away, we had a lot in common. And like I've worked in a call center before, she's worked in call centers. And what made me decide on her was I already seen her organizational skills. Now, Kay, she was a teacher in Thailand.
Okay.
And sometimes I would see her I would call her, she'd be with her kids in video. And I've seen videos of her with the kids. You know, usually these people, the woman, you want to know, okay, you want to see what she's doing. Like the proof was there. And also what made it happen with her, because I had in my head, okay, a lot of Filipinos want money, right?
Yes.
And what I actually would do is I would test them and say, hey, I'll give you some money. And I had 2 Filipinos fail. And then with Kay, I said, hey, I'll offer you some money for you. She said, oh, don't talk about money. I don't need money. You're saying about money again. I believe you. And I said, whoa. I said, that's different.
Yes.
And from there, I said, wow. And the funny thing, this is a side note. I gotta break up the interview a little bit because I'm talking with Sharon. This is behind the scenes thing, right? And she's like that. You're like that as well.
Yes.
Because from what you told me, you know, situation happened with family and she didn't want the money. So when you find a Filipino like that, you gotta come over here and do it. Yeah.
And so you grew up in a family-oriented environment. Did that help your transition to the Philippines family first culture and transitioning to your wife's family and their traditional values?
Yes, it made it so much easier. You know, because Filipinos, they welcome you with open arms.
Yes.
And her family welcomed me with open arms right away. Even when I met her father, because out here, usually if the father's around, you know, you meet the father, you talk to him, and he kind of, you know, sees how you are, and right away, we hit it off right away. And he spoke English too.
Yes.
He didn't speak English that fluently, right? He speaks mostly Tagalog, but he understood me.
Mm.
I would be talking, he'd be like, oh, okay, okay, okay. But he would talk to me a little bit. They couldn't talk much, but family welcomed me open arms. Like ever since the first time I came here, I've been at so many family events. And you already know I've been here 8 years, so as soon as I met the family, hey, how you doing? Talking to me, everybody speaking English, or like I said, at least understand it. So I felt open arms, and I think it was the language barrier that did it for me.
Yes.
You know, it's not like when you go to Thailand, you know, the person they don't speak English, but here more people speak English. Yeah.
Yes. What's your thoughts and opinion on this passport brothers movement, and what's the difference between it or any foreigner coming to the Philippines?
Well, the difference is with the passport bros, it's usually black men, right?
Yes.
And that's why it was created by black men. And what it is, it kind of stems off of the manosphere a little bit, because that's why guys are leaving. You've been hearing for years, guys saying how women are, but it's not just about
Yeah.
that. A lot of these guys want to get married, right? You hear a woman saying, you know, pinning on us that these guys are black men are having all these babies, and it's not just not true. You know, 57% of black men are single and childless.
Yes.
I just interviewed a guy. He's single and childless, and he's 42. And guys are looking for a way out. They're looking to escape the matrix, and that's what it's about. Because back home, right? You can see it all over TikTok too. That's the thing. A lot of times, the woman back home don't lie. The woman overseas don't lie, right? Because you see it all on social media. The women are, and they're young too.
Yes.
They're young, and they're 13, 14 years old saying, you know, they've been with 15, 20 guys, or if they're not saying it, you know, they're showing it by saying certain things. I see so many interviews, women saying, oh, well, I don't have a man, and they're young. And they're like, I don't want a man because I don't do that kind of stuff. And they're acting like men.
Yes.
Men will say, oh, I don't want a girlfriend because I don't want to be involved. Girls are saying that now. So what do guys do?
Okay, as a Black American, do you feel more comfortable, safe, wanted, and secure living in the Philippines than when you were living in the US? Please
Yes.
explain.
Yes, because I was from New York. And in New York, the stop and frisk and the stop and search is uncontrollable there, right? Because I live in New York City, and you can be somewhere walking, and if you live in a certain area, they're stopping you, they're searching you for drugs, they're stopping your car. That doesn't happen in the Philippines. So when I first came out here, I would see cops roll by, and I would get nervous. I'm thinking, babe, they're gonna stop me and probably try to search me.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, and it's actually never happened in the Philippines. I've never got stopped, searched, ever once. Only time something like that has happened, and it wasn't even a search, was I see more cops in your face when it was the pandemic, and it
Yes.
still wasn't that bad. So I feel great here as a black man.
Okay. If you could give a mass briefing to Black American men and US about the Philippines, what would your message and recommendation be?
My message would be the Philippines is one of the best places to come out and to find a wife. Also, it's easy to adjust, right? So a lot of guys that are leaving, they may not want to pick up a language right away.
Yes.
You know, a lot of guys may be lazy-minded. I was lazy-minded when it came to languages, but the Philippines easy to adjust to. The people easy to adjust to. Here, the people understand your culture, right? Filipinos
Yes.
understand a lot about black culture. They have even battle rap, right? They have dancing crews here. Even Filipinos were even a part of hip hop when it first started.
Yes.
So the Philippines is very much a part of us, and that's what makes it so much easier to adjust to. And when you come over here, the people are so happy to see you, right?
Yeah.
And I know sometimes guys may feel back home, like, wait a minute. I don't know if I look at another brother, he's gonna look at me the right way. Sometimes like that with your own people, right?
Yeah.
Because of the black on black crime and all of that stuff. But yeah, here, open arms, and you're welcome. You're always welcome in the Philippines.
Yes. Filipino people are so helpful
Yes.
and friendly.
Yes.
You pass out a lot of food and help the poor in the Philippines as much as possible. Thus, the extensive poverty and your limited power to help cause you concern and grief. Why or why not?
hmm Well, it's if I could do it again, because I stopped doing it because it's I felt it wasn't. It's not helping, right? Because the people you give them once and then you see them again and they're still down and out. But actually, it's changed a lot because now when it shoots in Manila, you don't see as much poor people
Yes.
because they've kind of moved them out the way, right? And what happened, a lot of that at that time when I was doing it was shabu. And so you have people that were on drugs living on the street.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so but that's kind of cleaned up now. They kind of moved them out of here, and it's gotten bad. But if I could do it all over again, I think I want to start a charity in the future. Right, charity's about 20,000 to start. I think in the future I'm going to start a charity and do it the right way, and actually help
Yes.
people get jobs and help people because a lot of Filipinos can speak English, right?
Yes.
So I want to actually help Filipinos become a part of, if they don't speak English fluently, speak it better, and actually give them a job, actually help them out with a job myself,
yes.
and hire them. I do want to do that in the future.
Yes. Okay. Tell us about foreigners owning and buying property in the Philippines and your personal experience, if any.
Yes, I was just telling you that before. If you're not married to a Filipino, you usually would have to pay off the property in like a year or
Yeah.
two. But if you come out here and you're married to a Filipino, you can get the same kind of loans that a Filipino can get. So you can get a 5-year, 10-year, 15, 20-year. And for you guys and your income, right, that kind of loan, it's going to be beneficial towards you because, like right now, I have a condo. I got 3 of them actually, and I'm paying 12,000 a month
Okay.
for each of the units. So you add that up, what is it? Maybe what, 36,000?
Yeah.
36,000 pesos, and I have 3 units, and I can use them for anything. I can rent them out, use it for Airbnb, and I think for foreigners to come out here and do something like that, I'll break it down. If you buy a house, it's hard to buy a house right now with the market in the U.S.
Yeah.
But if you buy a house and it's 400,000, it's probably gonna be more than that now. But you probably buy it for 400,000. Sometimes cheaper depending where it's at. And then you want to have a rental business, you may be making 900 a month. If you have an Airbnb and it's flowing all month, you can make 900 a month and only pay 50,000 to do that.
Yes.
So it's night and day. It's 10 to 1. And I say, if the guy wants to come out here and get involved with that, I think it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense for a guy to pay 10 times less the price and make the same profit. I mean, you can't beat that. It's worth it. And also, too, the traffic is flowing a lot here for Airbnbs, too. So, I think it's
Yeah.
worth it.
You are right, sir. Even me, when I purchased my house, it's a second hand, but it's cost so much. Okay. Many foreigners see your success as a blogger and businessman and move to the Philippines thinking they can copy your success. Any advice to viewers thinking of coming to the Philippines and earning income as a vlogger or other means?
Well, I think you have to be determined, right? You have to be very determined, and you have to, no matter what, right? A lot of guys want to come here and retire.
Yeah.
But if you want to come here and make a living, you have to be determined. You have to have it in your head, I'm going to come there. If I want to be a vlogger, I'm going to write down and maybe a Google Drive, write down in the Google Drive your plans out, plan your vlogs out. Okay, I'm going to do this is how I'm going to do it, and write my steps to it. And then that's how you go about that. But then if you're talking about a business, businesses can be done. You know what I've seen a lot in the expat community? I've seen a lot of guys say, oh, businesses don't work for foreigners, right? And it's just not true. Where I interviewed a guy who made 100,000 a year in the Philippines,
Yes.
and it can be done. There's other guys I speak to all the time that are starting businesses and that are making it. So I say be aggressive and work with the right people. Because the thing is that you can't work with Filipinos, but you can work with Filipinos if you work with the right Filipinos. And you can tell when you're here. You can tell who's going to play games with you and who won't.
Yeah.
But it takes it takes you to be here. Your feet need to be planted in the pavement to see how things are, and to learn, have a learn experience yourself. Then over time, you'll be around Filipinos, who knows who. Like for instance, you're around Sharon Lapu-Lapu, and you're in her area. She knows probably who everybody is, right? So
Yes.
you start making acquaintances out here, and you figure things out.
You meet your wife on a dating site. Would you recommend dating site to foreigners or recommend boots on the ground in the Philippines, search and find companionship?
I recommend a site and boots on the ground. I'll tell you why I say both. And the reason why I say a site is where I found my wife on the site. And if you have the patience to get through the nonsense, right?
Yes.
Because you're going to bump into a lot of nonsense. So if you have the patience to get through 4 or 5, right? Because what I did when I was dating online, I actually tested them ahead of time. I said, hey, you need some money for something, for your bills or something? If they said, yeah, delete it right away. Delete it. Delete it. And you got to be a guy willing to do that 10, 11 times, right? To see. Because when I did it, in a week, the woman said no at first. Then a week later, she thought about it more. So, I kind of do need this bill paid. And it came back to me. And then I didn't even respond. I didn't speak to her again, And as a man who wants to find true love, you have to be willing to go to the extreme to find the right one. Because if I wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't have found Kay. And actually, I didn't give Kay any money first. Because I don't think you had a question like that for me. I got money from Kay first. Because I had a situation where my son's birthday came. I didn't have much money, and I paid a bunch of bills. Right? I was living check to check at the time. This was many years ago. And she said, I can help you out with a gift. And I looked at her and it was like, the slow music was playing in my head. I started getting Khalid. And I said, man, this is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even me, sir, I also experienced about tests.
Yeah.
Because my deceased husband also tested me. When we been chatting, he tested me, and then he told me the truth that he tested me after our wedding. That he tested me, that he told to me that I don't have money, and then what I told to him, no, I don't care of the money. Yeah, as long as you are happy, you are nice, faithful, and then we are living happy together and a simple life, it's okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and I gotta say this too. That's the thing with a lot of Filipinos, right? A lot of Filipinos don't mind living a simple life. Do you know how many times I have my wife say, "Why are you spending money on that for? We don't need that."
Yeah.
And you hear that and you're like, wow. And I made a video about that. She keeps counting my money. And a lot of guys think it's negative, but it's positive. She count my money in a good way, right?
Many Filipino are becoming vlogger now to earn income, especially college students or young and sexy Filipinos. What advice, if any, as a successful blogger in the Philippines, would you give these young opportunities?
I say the same thing I said for the guys, but what I see a lot of Filipinos do, because I was around for the follow trend. I've seen a lot of Filipinos in that trend.
Yeah.
And I would go to those, I would be around those trends purposely. I'm happy you asked me that question. Because I know all the Filipino vloggers. They know me, like the small ones. I will always be around those trends saying, hey, well, how about you start like making content? Because I've seen people doing follow for follow, and you have to make content. You have to continue to make content, and make it. And what happens is, at first, no views are gonna come. But then you stay consistent with it. Before you know it, you look at the videos, oh wow, 20,000 views.
Yes.
Then wow, 20,000 views. And then it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And then another one, 10,000 views. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is working. And then it starts rolling. And it happens from consistency. Be consistent.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So, do and your wife planned on any travel abroad, adventure, blogging, or just expanding your channel and content in the Philippines?
Yes, I plan on taking my wife to every country, even Africa. Right? I want her to see every country. I'm going to take her to a lot of the countries the passport bros are going to. I'm going to go to Colombia, I'm going to go to Brazil, I'm going to go to Dominican Republic. I'm going to go to, well, we already go to Thailand.
Yeah.
And pretty much everywhere these guys are going, just to be part of the communities more, speak with the guys, chop it up with them. And so I do plan on taking my wife over there, and well, I want to see the world really, so I do. And also I'm going to, as I'm going there, I'm going to show the content, show the place, people do a lot of collaborations. That's what it's all about, helping other people grow, and I'll grow more, And also anything I can do for Sharon Lapu Lapu, I'm a phone call away, say, hey Jay, what's going on? And we can make something happen.
Okay, sir. Any closing comments or question to me? I am willing to answer.
Well, what question do I have for you? Well, first, I'm gonna start with the closing comments. My closing comments are: if you are a man and you want to travel to the Philippines, don't be scared, right? The first thing you have to get over is that fear of I'm scared, and then the second one is that fear of I don't make the money. How am I going to make the money to be able to do it, right? I say start working on those skills. Whether if you wanted to go the IT route, if you want to go any route you want to take, right? Because you guys know what you can do to make it online. Start doing it. Don't wait. Don't wait. Wait for another year, and it's happened to you guys before. You keep waiting and you keep waiting, and you don't act on it. You don't act on it, and then before you know it, it's 5-10 years later. Don't wait 5-10 years later. Some of you guys are out there, right? And you may be in another country, or you may not have a lady, right? Because I know it's hard in the U.S. for a lot of guys. So don't wait. Work on that skill and go ahead and move. That's what I say.
Yes. Okay. Don't wait for too long. Come over here in the Philippines.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
So, sir, do you have question to me?
Oh, not yet. I can't think of it yet, but I think when we have the question, I think I will ask you some questions when they come to mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so sir, this is the end. This is the end of the interview with Mr. J, the Black Filipino TV channel, and I will put his YouTube link in the video description. Please subscribe his channel, and I am also subscriber and watch every day of Sir Jay's channel. And sir, thank you for granted this interview. And I have also included in the video description the song "That's the Way of the World" by Earth. Earth, Wind, and Fire for your listening pleasure. So, sir, thank you so much for this interview, and I really greatly appreciate it.
No problem.
That's all, everyone. Thank you, and God bless.
Peace.